It's happening. Your soul circled this date before you were even born. You're about to shift timelines, and now, nothing can stop what's already in motion. The path you're on today, it's not the one you were on yesterday. Right now, the North Lunar Node, Rahu, is moving into Aquarius, and the South Lunar Node, Ketu, is moving into Leo, and that changes everything. This isn't just astrology, it's a karmic trigger, a soul-level contract being activated in real time. This shift doesn't care what your zodiac sign is. If you're sensitive to energy, even slightly, this will affect you, and that's exactly why you need to pay attention. And if it resonates, feel free to drop a comment with 777 to lock in this shift. Sometimes just acknowledging it is enough to align with it. And watch out, because what you do right now will echo for a long time. Not days, but months. There's one specific reason for that, and I'll go over it later on. So stay here, because something else is happening that you haven't noticed yet. Someone you've trusted might not make it through this shift with you. The people, places, and energies that used to empower you may no longer fit your frequency. With the North Node moving into Aquarius and the South Node sliding into Leo, the entire karmic lens just snapped to a new angle. This means the systems that used to support you, the ones you leaned on for clarity, validation, direction, some of them are about to stop working. And strangely, what used to drain you might start to feel oddly energizing. Old tensions might dissolve, old dependencies might turn silent, new connections might appear out of nowhere, feeling strangely familiar, as if they were waiting for you to notice them. Because here's what's really happening. The contracts you made before this life are waking up. New alliances, new missions, new inner codes, and once the wrong ones fall away, your energy becomes rare, focused, and more protected than ever before. If they haven't seen your light yet, it's because the timing was sacred. For months, maybe even years, you've been sculpting something in silence. An idea, a transformation, a new self, slowly forged in quiet corners while the world was busy watching noise. And maybe it felt like no one noticed. Maybe it felt like the universe skipped over you while it handed out breakthroughs to everyone else. But now, that silence is becoming fuel. That hidden work is about to detonate into visibility. Because here's the secret nobody tells you about this node shift. Leo doesn't show off when it's ruled by the South Node. It hides treasure. And Aquarius, now supercharged by the North Node, wants that treasure revealed, not for ego, but for collective elevation. What this means: if you've been quietly developing your voice, your skills, your truth, it's about to find its place, not by force, but by resonance. You'll speak, and the right people will hear you. You'll act, and the world will adjust to make space for it. This is karmic timing without effort, and it doesn't come from chasing. It comes from becoming. If you feel like no one's noticed your brilliance, just wait. The karmic spotlight is now automated, and it sees everything. And when it hits, it won't feel like pressure. It will feel like coming home to your own power. Because the people who show up now, they don't want your mask. They want your raw alignment. You've leveled up, and not everyone gets a backstage pass. This new energetic landscape is rewriting your availability. The constant connections, the open door energy, the need to reply, react, respond, it's being cut off at the source. And here's why. This isn't isolation, it's consecration. When the South Node moves through Leo, it drains the need for applause, the hunger for external validation. And as the North Node climbs into Aquarius, it delivers clarity like a frequency filter. silently removing what's not aligned. You might notice yourself becoming quieter, less eager to explain, less accessible to the noise. And it's not because you're tired, it's because your energy is becoming precise. You're being rewired to only channel into what matters. Because the people who truly see you, they don't need constant updates, they feel you in the field. Boundaries aren't barriers, they're portals to higher integrity connections. So if people start saying you've changed, if they act confused about your distance, let them wonder. You're not becoming distant, you're becoming undeniable. And soon, you'll see why. You weren't rejected, you were red-listed by fate. If you've spent your life feeling like the odd one out, the one with too many questions, too much vision, too little tolerance for fake systems, there's something you need to know. That wasn't a flaw, it was training. And it's officially time to report in. The North Node's shift into Aquarius has begun a karmic recruitment cycle, not for followers, not for the polished or the predictable, but for the spiritual misfits, the thinkers who never shut their eyes, the ones who didn't want to fit in and couldn't, even when they tried. Aquarius doesn't want your compliance, it wants your contradiction. This is a cosmic signal going out to the outliers, the innovators, the quiet builders, the loud truth speakers. You weren't supposed to blend in. That discomfort you felt in classrooms, boardrooms, and group chats, that was your frequency repelling false alignment. If the world never made space for you, it's because you were born to build the next one. Now, the karmic climate is shifting to favor those who refuse to play it safe. Institutions may still act like they have the answers, but the soul knows better, and soon the collective will too. There is a rising boredom with the pre-approved paths, an energetic disinterest in the scripted life. Even things that used to feel stable, corporate jobs, traditional labels, the usual ambitions, are starting to feel hollow. This isn't just rebellion, it's resonance. The North Node in Aquarius is magnetizing people toward missions, not roles. It's calling on those with unique minds and unapologetic hearts to step forward and lead what no one else is willing to. And here's the twist. You won't need credentials. You'll need conviction. So if you've ever been told you were too much, too intense, too strange, just know this. You are being saved for when the world would finally be ready for your exact kind of genius. Loyalty to the crowd is becoming a karmic liability. We're officially entering the era where echo chambers begin to collapse, not just socially, but spiritually. With the North Node lighting up Aquarius, the energy of groups, mobs, and collectives is being blasted into full view. And what used to feel like unity might now start to feel like energetic suffocation. If you've been noticing a strange pull between wanting to belong and needing to break free, you're not alone. Some people will cling to their tribe tighter than ever, almost like a life raft. But others will feel a sudden, uncontrollable urge to walk away from the very identities they once built their life around. This is the karmic peeling of the tribe mask. And it's not subtle. Social groups, spiritual circles, online movements, even long-term friendships may start to feel off, outdated, or even performative. It's not that these bonds were fake, but they might have been forged in an older version of you. And now, that version is dissolving. You're not betraying the group. You're remembering who you were before the group rewrote your identity. This isn't about being anti-community. Aquarius isn't against connection. In fact, it values it deeply, but only when it's authentic. Only when it's built on growth, not control, evolution, not performance. The obsession with trends, aesthetics, hive mind opinions, it's getting exposed as spiritual white noise. And many are waking up from it almost overnight. So don't be surprised if people you once resonated with begin to feel unfamiliar. Or if you find yourself thinking thoughts you never gave yourself permission to have. That's not rebellion, that's your individuality reactivating. And trust this, those who have the courage to walk alone right now will become the ones who shape the new spaces where real connection can thrive. Remember earlier when I said there's one specific reason you've been feeling pulled towards something lately? This is it. There's a window open right now, quiet, subtle, but massive. And if you miss it, if you scroll past it, if you brush it off as just another shift, you won't get another chance like this for a while. This isn't fear, this is fate. The movement of the lunar nodes into Aquarius and Leo is not just celestial poetry, it's a magnet, an invisible one. And right now, it's pulling the threads of your reality towards certain events, choices, and connections. But here's the catch. It only works if you're paying attention. This isn't the moment to cruise through your life on autopilot. Not anymore. Because what you ignore now, what you think you can delay, dismiss, or deny, will come back louder, more intense, more karmic, more permanent. Synchronicities aren't cute, they're alarms. If your heart's been tugged in a strange direction lately, if your body's been buzzing with a sense of something's about to happen, if a door feels like it's opening, but you're scared to walk through it, please understand, this isn't random. This is the beginning of an 18-month storyline that your soul already agreed to. And here's the part most people miss. Fate doesn't punish you for saying no. It recycles the lesson. If you skip the sign now, it'll loop back later, but the stakes will be higher, the cost will be steeper, and the growth will be non-negotiable. This shift will not hold your hand. It will not wait for your calendar to clear or your doubts to vanish. But if you move with it, if you notice who keeps showing up in your mind, what idea refuses to go away, or what space you keep getting pulled toward, you will step into a karmic path that activates every other piece of your chart like a domino sequence. This is a fork in the timeline. You won't see the split right away, but you'll feel the gravity shift. Don't downplay the moment you're in. This isn't a gentle nudge. It's a spiritual reroute disguised as an inner whisper. And what you do next won't just impact your month. It'll echo across the next year and a half. Now here's where things get even stranger. Because what's coming next? It doesn't come through signs or symbols. It comes through people. Once you become unreachable to noise, portals start opening through people. Forget everything you think you know about friendships. This is not about the people you've known for years. It's not about who texts you back. It's not even about trust, not in the traditional sense. This shift, it's activating what I can only describe as karmic circuitry. And suddenly, every interaction matters. The North Node in Aquarius is reshaping how energy travels through networks. It's not just random. The universe is now delivering you assignments through people, sometimes total strangers, sometimes brief exchanges, sometimes a sentence that hits your nervous system like it was written just for you. Some people you meet this month aren't here for friendship. They're here to reroute your life. That barista who said something weirdly specific to you, that person who randomly popped into your DMs after years, that new acquaintance you can't stop thinking about for no logical reason, these aren't coincidences. They're delivery systems, carriers of codes, portals in disguise, and at the same time, you'll notice something else. Some of your old connections might suddenly feel muted. The spark is gone. You're not mad at them, you're just not on the same wavelength anymore. This isn't loss, it's refinement. You've changed frequency, and the circuitry is adjusting around you. You can't carry old energy into a new timeline and expect it to flow. The reason these karmic portals are opening now is because you've built the boundaries required for them to function. The moment you stopped making yourself available to noise, drama, or draining people, the universe took that as a signal, and now it's sending you what you are available for. Mentors, collaborators, soul friends, sacred catalysts, they're all in motion now, searching for energetic matches. And your job? Stay open, stay tuned, and trust the strange connections, the sudden pings, the conversations that seem way too aligned to be chance. Because in this cycle, alignment isn't a feeling, it's a frequency match. And it's happening faster than most people can process. You didn't lose touch with reality. Reality lost touch with you. Something feels off, and you're not imagining it. The air feels thinner, the timing of events too precise to be chance, and the people around you either vibrating way too slow or glitching out entirely. Welcome to the new frequency where Earth is still Earth, but the signal is being broadcast from somewhere else. With the North Node now in Aquarius, the planet is syncing to what can only be described as an outsider protocol. This isn't just spiritual evolution. This is alien-level rewiring, a full karmic shift into unfamiliar terrain. Expect timelines to feel out of order, priorities to make no sense, and logic to become irrelevant, because logic won't be the thing guiding you anymore. Instinct will, intuition will, future you will. This is a test lab for the next species of human consciousness. And yes, it will feel synthetic sometimes, like you're breathing in code, like nothing around you feels real in the old way. But that's the point. You're not here to match your environment, you're here to disrupt it. If you've been feeling like a foreign object in your own life, like you don't belong in your job, your community, your daily rhythm, it's not dysfunction, it's displacement by design. The shift has already begun to move you, and the reason you're not syncing with what used to feel familiar is because you're not meant to. Aquarius is the energy of the strange, the unorthodox, the revolutionary, and when the North Node moves through it, it begins recruiting souls with disruptive frequencies, the ones who don't fit in, the ones who've always felt a little too advanced, a little too intense, a little too fast forward for the people around them. And here's what's wild. The people who tried to tone you down before, they're going to start looking slow, dated, faded. You were never too much. You were just early. Being the weird one was never a flaw. It was the spiritual dress rehearsal for right now. So if the world feels like it's glitching, let it. If the rules start making no sense, let them collapse. You were never here to follow the old program. You were sent here to write the new one. And now the system is updating, whether the world is ready or not. This is not the universe testing you. This is the universe activating its ownership of you. Let's end the myth right now. You're not being poked and prodded to prove your strength. This is not about whether you're ready. This is about whether you're available, energetically, willingly, immediately. The lunar nodes don't work with permission slips. They don't ask for your confidence. They claim you when your energy hits the threshold. And right now, that threshold is here. What does that look like in real life? It means that the parts of yourself you were planning to get to later, your voice, your art, your truth, your fire, are no longer negotiable. No more polishing, no more hiding. No more pretending you need more time. Your soul has matured faster than your ego can process, and now it's time to catch up. This is why you may have noticed things speeding up lately. You're being nudged into uncomfortable rooms, strange decisions, high-stakes emotional revelations. The reason it feels like there's no breathing room is because the cycle isn't here to watch you hesitate. It's here to collect. And the collection isn't based on worthiness. It's based on frequency. Either you're aligned with your soul contract, or you get rerouted into delay, confusion, or disconnection. This isn't exile as punishment. It's exile as preservation. If you're not where your future needs you, the universe will start phasing you out of the rooms, relationships, and realities that no longer serve the mission. This isn't about approval. It's about resonance. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up. So if you've been feeling cornered by your own calling, like the thing you know you're meant to do is now pressing down on you like a weight, it's because the karmic timeline has caught up with you. And it's not asking you to explain yourself anymore. It's asking you to step in or step aside. Because from here on out, every delay becomes distance. Every hesitation builds friction, and every maybe later gets absorbed as a no. Let's be honest, nobody knows for sure what's really happening right now. We can sort of predict what's going to take place based on previous occurrences, but it always ends up slightly unpredictable. The energy is chaotic. Plans are unraveling. Visions keep shifting. And if you've been waiting for clarity before making a move, you'll be waiting forever. That's not how this shift works. The new karmic path, marked by the North Node in Aquarius and the South Node in Leo, isn't about perfection. It's about presence and participation. You don't need certainty, you need availability. Availability to pivot, to change, to not know, and still keep moving. Every person who looks confident is still figuring it out. No one has the full map. We've all just received new coordinates that can't be explained yet. So stop aiming for the right answer and start tuning into the real signal. It's subtle, it's strange, and it won't come from logic or the people you used to rely on. It will come from the instinct, the gut pull, the quiet moment that tells you to act before you can rationalize why. If you felt disoriented or unsure, you're not failing. You're upgrading. You're no longer bound to the old timeline or old roles. And for the first time, you get to write your next chapter as it happens. Not in theory, but in real time. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're just being rerouted. And the path ahead? It's not supposed to make sense. It's supposed to wake you up. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.